at the beginning. Then shouts out my boy Terrell Taylor for plugging me with a lot of info. And you know, I gotta shout out Rich for being on the John Allington wave early. Big shouts out to them too, man. Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from Street Scores, bringing y'all an injury update on everything burgundy and gold. There's a lot going on with Alex Smith, Antonio Gibson. I want to talk about Lamar Miller signing briefly and what it means as far as Antonio Gibson's and Peyton Barber's potential injuries. And of course, we got to speak about whether or not Dwayne Haskins may end up starting against the Seahawks. Also, DeShazer Everett is hurt, and there's just a lot going on before the Seahawks game. It's going to be a very interesting game to watch for us. Also, make sure y'all definitely get y'all personalized cups from iIll Collection, man. Hooked me up. I got the Street Scores logo on it. I got the Mama's Boy on top. Got my Twitter handle right here with the Street Scores ATL. We got Brody the Fluffy on the bottom, Aja the Fluffy on the other side. It's a really durable cup. Comes with the straw and everything. You know what I'm saying? So definitely make sure y'all go follow on Instagram. I mean, you see it on the screen. Make sure y'all definitely go check that out, man. High tier quality products, man. This cup is fire, bro, for real. If y'all want like a super personalized cup, man, they got you, for real, dog, for real. But let's get it. Alright, so of course we got to speak about the Alex Smith and Dwayne Haskins situation first. That's what everybody's here for. And as of right now, it's sounding like outside sources are saying that Alex Smith may be good to go against the Seahawks. And coincidentally, the injury he suffered, the sprain, is in the same leg that he has surgically repaired. So the Burgundy and Gold said that they will focus on getting Smith rest over reps this week. I mean, he's done individual drills and things like that, but they're going to err on the side of caution, just like they did in that game against the 49ers. It was reported that Alex Smith possibly could have came back in, but they don't want to risk anything, especially since it's the same leg. So that's why they threw Dwayne Haskins out there, and they may end up throwing Dwayne Haskins out there against the Seahawks. But Alex Smith did not practice Wednesday because of his calf injury. And he said that he feels all right, and that since it's kind of, you know, early in the week, midway through the week, he'll see how it goes. So they're basically going to monitor the situation until Sunday when we play the Seahawks. But Smith said himself that even though he feels fine, if by Sunday he feels like he's limiting the team by being out there, he said he's willing to just accept the fact that he has to sit, and he'll call it himself. He doesn't even need Ron Rivera or a team trainer to tell him. He'll just be like, hey man, I can't go. I don't want to be the reason we don't make the playoffs, so I'll sit. And Alex Smith is saying that even though it's in the same leg, he said it's not related. He said it was a freak thing that happened and it was coincidentally in the same leg, but apparently they don't affect each other. But according to Pro Football Doc, and it's like a whole video of him breaking it down, it's like an actual doctor, he was basically saying that the calf strain that Alex Smith suffered could potentially be a big deal. Normally it's not, but because of what he went through with his leg and how it was repaired, he's already lost a lot of muscle in his calf, so it may take him longer to recover, if he ever fully recovers, from a calf injury that's normally harmless for anybody else that hasn't had a catastrophic leg injury like his. So this may be worse than we think, it may be better than, but a doctor, the Pro Football Doc, said that this injury could linger and end up being worse than what people think, just off of the fact that when he had his surgery, he lost a lot of his calf muscle. He sustained a calf sprain, so it may linger a little bit more, maybe a little bit of a worse situation for him because of it. But Rivera said that x-rays on Alex Smith's calf were negative, but they went ahead and started Dwayne Haskins in practice, letting them get first team reps out of an abundance of caution. And he said that Haskins has been showing growth since being benched early this season. They're saying that he's been literally mirroring everything that Alex Smith does in meetings, in film sessions, during practice, preparing for games, all of that type of stuff. So apparently there's been progress. I don't know how much to read into it. May just be something they're throwing out there to the media, but we'll see. And Rivera said that if Haskins has to start against the Seahawks, he's confident that he will be fine. He said he thinks that Dwayne will be ready if Alex Smith can't go. But at the same time, Rivera said that he will be comfortable with Alex Smith not practicing this week and still playing on Sunday. So if he's healthy enough to go on Sunday but wasn't able to practice all week, he said he's comfortable enough and feels that he's a smart enough player to go out there and perform well against the Seahawks. So we're going to have to monitor this situation because, I mean, it's just clues pointing to both sides. There's a lot of reasons Haskins may end up starting against the Seahawks. There's a lot of reasons Alex Smith may end up starting. It's just completely reliant on how serious his injury is, and we probably won't know until Sunday. And again, if Haskins ends up starting against the Seahawks, Rivera has said that not only is he getting first team reps, but they will design a game plan specifically for his strengths. Because against that 49ers game, when he came in, Scott Turner hadn't planned on Dwayne Haskins coming in at all. So that game plan, the scheme and everything, the plays he prepared for that game against that matchup against the 49ers specifically, were not specifically built to bring the best out of Dwayne Haskins. And honestly, even though he didn't look good, it wasn't anything worse than what Alex Smith did before he got out. But they're saying that Alex Smith got hurt very early in the game, and that's why he looked so bad. But I mean, it was pretty similar to what he did against the Steelers in the first half, so who knows. And Scott Turner has even spoken highly of Dwayne Haskins recently. He said that Dwayne Haskins has made the biggest strides in terms of his preparation. So Haskins has been shadowing and modeling how Alex Smith gets ready for games to a T. And again, he also reiterated that depending on which quarterback starts is a completely different game plan, scheme, and an offense that they will run. If Haskins starts, it's going to be one offense. If Alex Smith starts, it's going to be another offense. Another set of plays, another scheme, another way of attacking the Seahawks defense. Now moving on to the running back position. Ron Rivera says that he's very hopeful to have Antonio Gibson for the stretch run. So that basically sounds like don't expect them to play against the Seahawks, because Ron Rivera just hopes that we'll have them at any point for the rest of the season. I mean, turf toe is a very difficult injury to deal with. Usually takes like a month or more to return from. Now, if we make the playoffs, he may be available for that, but Ron Rivera is not too sure if he'll even be available at any point this regular season, so definitely don't expect them against the Seahawks. And that's why they went on and signed Lamar Miller. He's basically an insurance policy. And the Lamar Miller signing is a great signing for what we need with Antonio Gibson gone. The only bad part about it is that it does foreshadow how bad Antonio Gibson's turf toe injury is. The fact that they went out and signed a guy that productive shows that they expect to not have Antonio Gibson for a while. Or at least they err into the side of caution and just assume they won't and just will be happy if he comes back sooner than they expect. But Lamar Miller, again, is a great signing. He's a very durable and a good running back, just plain and simple. I mean, I've had him in fantasy teams, and in his most recent season, which was in 2018, he had 970 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 4.6 yards per carry. He's a great addition to this running back group. It will definitely be him, J.D. McKissic, and Peyton Barber until Antonio Gibson comes back. And that's a pretty good committee right there. That should take a lot of pressure and carries off of those other two. Because Peyton Barber is another person who's a little banged up. And I feel like it's because he's gotten more carries than he's used to getting. So now Lamar Miller entering the group will help spread those carries out and keep everybody healthier. But watch out for Peyton Barber because he's a little banged up too. That's probably another reason they went and got somebody as productive as Lamar Miller, just in case if Peyton Barber can't go. Now moving on to safety. Deshazor Everett suffered a pec injury against the 49ers. That's why we ended up seeing Jeremy Reeves into the game. And it's crazy too because he's been fairly banged up. I mean, it's a pec injury now, but he was also on the injury report for an ankle injury weeks 11 through 13. So he's just a little banged up, and Jeremy Reeves will be starting against the Seahawks, which is better than Troy Apke. And actually, Pro Football Focus, again, I mean, it's hard to really trust Pro Football Focus grades and rankings. I trust their advanced stats, but you got to take their grades and rankings with a grain of salt. But they have Jeremy Reeves as the 12th ranked safety in the NFL and Cameron Curl as the 13th ranked safety. They got Jeremy Reeves with a 79.5 grade and Cameron Curl with a 79.2. So apparently they're the 12th and 13th best safeties in all of the NFL, which makes them one of the better groups of the NFL, according to Pro Football Focus. So a lot of people may be panicking because Deshazor Everett is out. They thought Troy Apke would be coming in, or they thought Jeremy Reeves wouldn't be a good substitute. But apparently he has been doing this thing out here. Of course, we're going to miss Deshazor Everett's hard hitting because he makes receivers and running backs question even trying to catch the ball across the middle or in a post route and things like that, because they're scared they're going to get hit because they know he hits hard. And then as far as the rest of the injury report, you also have Kevin Pierre-Louis, who didn't participate in practice yesterday, Wednesday. Thomas Davis Sr., non-injury related, didn't participate in practice yesterday. And also Jonathan Allen was limited Wednesday, but I'm expecting him to play Sunday. So Peyton Barber, who was also limited in Wednesday, got to monitor his situation to see if he plays. Thomas Davis Sr. more than likely won't be active like usual. Kevin Pierre-Louis, we got to monitor that for Sunday. Alex Smith with the Dwayne Haskins thing, you already know. And also Antonio Gibson are all of the guys that we have to keep an eye on up to the Seahawks game. And then the Seahawks just have all kinds of injuries. I mean, they have running back Travis Homer, defensive end Carlos Dunlap, tackles Jamarco Jones and Brandon Shell. Then they have Demarius Randall, Carlos Hyde, Dwayne Brown, Ryan Neal, Mike Lupati, Chris Carson, Phil Haynes, Cedric Ogbuehi, Will Disley, Kyle Fuller, Freddie Swain, DJ Reed, Jamal Adams, Colby Parkinson, Jerron Reed, and DK Metcalf all on the injury report. But at least half of them were full participants on Wednesday, including DK Metcalf, so expect them to play Sunday. But, I mean, their injury report is extensive. Ours is 6 deep. Theirs has 20. But again, it looks like their biggest playmakers will be available. I mean, as long as Jamal Adams, Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Bobby Wagner are all healthy, the ship should keep going. And most notably for us, Quentin Dunbar will be healthy. This will be our revenge game against him because, I mean, even though Trent Williams did create a lot of drama, Quentin Dunbar left the most disgruntled and talking about the organization all of the time after he left and stuff like that. Trent Williams made it clear that he just hated Bruce Allen, and that was generally about it, even though even after Bruce Allen was gone, he didn't want to stay. But Quentin Dunbar went on rants about the entire organization, so it would be nice to get some revenge on him, especially with Terry McLaurin. But that's the end of this injury update, man. Make sure y'all like this video if you liked it. If you learned anything, please subscribe. If you haven't, hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get a notification every time I release a video like this one, every time I schedule a live stream, every time I start live streaming. And of course, like I promised y'all, on Sunday, I will be coming out with a Chase Young film session, a Cameron Curl film session. And if you're a member, those film sessions will be 30 to 45 minutes, whereas, you know, the general public will be getting like a 5 to 8 minute version of it. Just the major points. Also, I have a nice Rico report to hit y'all with just a lot of random updates as far as the GM search goes and a lot of free agents that they love. And as always, I have a big stats video to hit y'all with a lot of advanced statistics and rankings that would surprise you about this team these past couple of weeks since the last time I made one. So make sure y'all are out on the lookout for that. And as always, man, I appreciate everybody that supports the channel, man. Thank y'all for getting me to 7K. Shouts out to everybody that donates to the channel. Shouts out to all of my sponsors, especially my Pro Bowl sponsors whose names you see scrolling on the screen right now. Shouts out to my One All Pro sponsor and Troy Cabrera. Appreciate all of y'all, man. And y'all already know, man. Endless content coming. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.